All right, coming to you live. It's the end of day report with yours truly, Dex, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan. Coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. What can you say? The Dow down another 1,000 points. You're up 1,000 points one day, then you're down 1,000 points the next day. It's getting a little old, isn't it? But it's what we expect. It's what I've been teaching and showing you guys, that, when you get these back-to-back primary alerts, it signals that you're in for some consolidation or a period of consolidation. And no, we don't know how long it's going to last. We just know that it is definitely a period of consolidation. I know. It is what it is. So with that being said, I guess you'll want to look at some charts, right? So I'm pulling it up now, trying to determine what we need to look at. And I think I have it now. I think I know what we're going to do. I'm going to look at a few things here. Let me just continue my little shopping list. Let's see. I know you're going to want to see some cryptos. So let me get that ready for you. I know you're going to want to see that. There's just so many different things to talk about these days. We got a lot on our plate. And let's see here. We'll start off with what we got. We'll just do that. Play it by ear. All right, so tomorrow is Take Back Friday. Market's been just discombobulated all week long. Doesn't know what it wants to do. Doesn't know how to break out of the funk that it's in. So tomorrow could be more of the same. It could just be another, inside day. And instead of a narrow range, you got a wider range, but it still falls within that narrow range category because you're trading inside of the range of the prior day. And that's pretty much it. I don't think that we're going to see a whole lot of fireworks. I don't expect to see a lot of fireworks. It could just be a humdrum day. Fridays can do that to you. Fridays can be, explosive, or they can be quiet, just like a Monday. Fridays and Mondays, kind of like one and the same. You can get some explosive movement, or you can get continuations, or you can pretty much just get nothing that's kind of flat. You may make an initial move in the morning, and then that's your trading range for the rest of the day, and nothing else happens. So it's one of those situations where you just really never know. But that's one of the reasons, too, why I don't like to initiate new positions on Friday, because you're not going to really have any action. It's going to be no volatility for you to deal with on the table. So that's one of the reasons why I don't even check for it. But that's just me. All right, so what else we got? Still talking about that coronavirus. They're still talking about that. I don't know, anything beyond what I told you this morning as far as clarity, as far as clarification on the subject. I think that it is being politicized. I think it is more nonsense than anything. I'm not saying that it's not a real disease. I'm not saying that you can't get sick from it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that they're hyping it up to be more than what it actually really is. And I really do believe that. I really do. I don't think that it has the mortality rate that, that they are leading you to believe. It's like, it is like a psyop. It's like they're using something that is actually occurring, but making a psyop out of it. Because like they keep hammering away at it. It's the only thing dominating the news cycle, as if they have nothing else to talk about, or they want to deflect and only talk about this because they don't want to talk about whatever is really going on. So this is kind of like sweeping all the real news under the rug that may be going on. Because all you're focusing on is this coronavirus and not dying. You don't want to get it, you don't want to die, kind of thing. Does that make sense? So again, the mortality rate is like 2%, if that. So I just don't think that any of the stuff that's happening to the market has anything to do with this coronavirus. But hey, that's just me. What do I know? All right, let's get into some charts. I rambled on enough. I see we got a request already for JP Morgan. All right. So yeah, I got JP Morgan for you. Let's take a look. Let's dive in. Let's see what's up. All right, so here we go. We're gonna pump it up. Here's your JP Morgan. As you can see on this daily chart, your JP Morgan is in a bear market. You're trading below the Kumo cloud. You're trading below the long-term trend line resistance, and you are double bottoming. What happened was you had a primary rally alert followed by a primary crash alert. The two cancel each other out and create a narrow range day or a trading range. The following day's bar did that. All right, it closed inside of this range, of the range of the two bars. Then today you come down and you close outside below the range. You've now broken out below the range, and you tested this support back here. The low on this particular bar is $112.66. Today's low is $112.58. So you bested this low, and you even closed below the low of this bar. This bar is a bearish pointer. It sent the market right back to it. And it bested it, even though it didn't close below it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Got another request. Let's see what we got here. Let's get rid of this chart. Take a look. See if I can pull it up for you here. All right. So you're looking at Vive. You said. All right. Viva Systems. Let's see. All right. What we got here? Vive. Not familiar with this one, but let's see. Okay, so Vive had a primary rally alert today, and instead you get a narrow range inside day. You're still in a corrective mode off of the rally highs. You're coming off of this primary crash alert, and you're in a corrective state. And the good news, though, from a bullish perspective, is that you tapped out on the bearish weekly trend momentum, and today you actually started a new bullish weekly trend momentum. So there's a strong probability that this wants to break out of the Kumo side, top side. But this overhead resistance around the 153 area is a concern. Will there be enough energy for this one to pop out? And as long as the bears keep crushing Wall Street, keep selling rallies, this one may not be able to make it. It may just fall back down outside of the cloud. I don't know. We got 3 to 5 bars for this to manifest. If we don't get another signal. All right. Sometimes it can take that long because this is a forward-looking, anticipating thing. What's picking up movement in the market. So we'll see. All right. So that's your that's my take. That's what the system has on that one. All right. Let's see here. Here's XLF, financial sector. All we got is consolidation. You got the double back-to-back here and the double back-to-back here. All that says is consolidation, folks. So we're not going anywhere. This thing is just stuck, and it needs to find out what it's going to do. So no clear direction in the financial sector. Looking at bonds, ticker TLT, still strong. Bullish pointer right here. That's where the market is heading. We'll see if it can punch through it and close above it or not. But this is where this one is. In order to maintain this momentum in this market, TLT is going to need to close tomorrow above 155.65. Failure to do so opens the door for correction mode, which will take us down to the trend line support, which is currently around 145. So there you go for the bonds. All right, next one is the triple Q, which is the NASDAQ 100. All right, so we have a crash alert, followed by a rally alert, followed by another crash alert. All right, this one is also consolidated in the mix, and it's doing it inside of the Kumo cloud of death. We're picking up some bullish vibes. The beginning of a bullish weekly trend momentum could be coming up. So this one's mixed up too. We need to see what it's going to do. It needs tomorrow to close above 213.54 to open the door for further rallying. If it does not close above 213.54, then it opens the door for more selling starting Sunday night into Monday. And that's your triple Qs. All right, now the NASDAQ 100 futures contract, same thing, but a little bit different. You are consolidated without the mixed bars. This one, though, is showing that we're coming off of this primary rally alert. It did rally up to trend line resistance and failed. Now we got a primary crash alert. So according to the futures, looks like the market's ready to roll over and drop below the Kumo cloud. In order to stave off destruction, total destruction in the NASDAQ 100 futures contract, the market needs to close tomorrow above 87.32.5. Okay? Failure to do so opens the door wide open for mad bearishness into next week. Moving along, here's that real estate IYR ticker for you. Primary crash alert, beginning of weekly bullish trend momentum readings. If the crash alert manifests, this right here will go right out of the window. If it does not manifest, then it could open the door to get the IYR back on track. So this one looks interesting for tomorrow. We'll see what happens. It needs to close tomorrow above $92.94. Failure to do so does open the door for correction for next week. Looking at the GDXJ, you're in the Kumo cloud of death. All right. And you got this bullish pointer inside of the Kumo cloud, with the overhead resistance being the top of the Kumo cloud. This one has a lot to work through, and it's in jeopardy of this rally being sold. The market needs to close tomorrow above $39.97. Failure to do so will open the door for massive selling come next week. Looking at DIG, I've really been watching this oil. And we got that consolidation thing going on here. We had a primary rally alert followed by a primary crash alert. Market did come down. And then we got a rally alert, back-to-back crash alert. So trading range has been established again. This one is like a little teeny flag looking for direction. Is it going to break out? Is it going to break down? Your guess is as good as mine. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But I know this. In order to put in a short-term bottom, the market tomorrow needs to close above $14.56. Failure to do so will open the door to sling it wide open for additional selling come next week, and we could put in a steep new leg down. All right, keeping it moving. The Dow futures, what a mess, what a mess. So we had a primary rally alert. Market did rally, but could not hold it. Now we got a primary crash alert. This one's warning that it could roll over and take out these prior lows. Tomorrow, the Dow futures needs to close above 26,401. Failure to do so will open the door wide open to a massive crash into next week. That means sell off. That means a massive steep leg down. All right. This could get really nasty, folks. Stock indexes could be very nasty. Looking at the British pound sterling, primary rally alert. The market did do it. Even poked its head up above trendline resistance. Tomorrow, the market needs to close above 128.59 in order to keep this bounce going and turn into an official rally. If it can do it, the bottom of the Kumo cloud is the initial target around the 130, 150 handle, okay? Failure to close above 128.59 tomorrow will open the door for a correction for next week, meaning that the rally will be sold like it was here, like it was back here, and like it was right here. Let's see who comes out on top. I will say this, we got the beginning stages of bullish weekly trend momentum. Is this going to carry over to the next week? It's looking like it may. Pound sterling is definitely in play. Taking a look here at Litecoin, switching over to the crypto side of things. We're consolidated within the Kumo cloud of death, which is a consolidation cloud. Where will we go? Well, right here at overhead resistance, at that trend line resistance. The next stop is the top of the Kumo cloud. This one has a lot of overhead resistance to overcome. All right, it needs to close by Sunday night at 6 p.m. We need to be above $60.97. Failure to do so would open the door for more selling into next week. Taking a look at Ethereum now. Ethereum is trying to build a base. Is this a base for a breakout to the upside? Or is this a base of which we're setting up for a leg down? If we leg down, we get into the Kumo cloud and go below it. If this primary rally alert plays out tomorrow into Saturday, then we're looking at initial target around 250. All right, and we got the beginning stages of bullish weekly trend momentum readings. This market needs to close above 227.14 over the weekend. Failure to do so will open the door for selling into next week for Ethereum. Taking a look at Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is consolidated within the Kumo cloud of death. Overhead resistance right at the trend line resistance and the top of the Kumo cloud respectively. It's going to have a real hard time, once it gets up to around the 360 range. We'll see if it can do it. Got a primary rally alert. So this one is in play for tomorrow. Needs to close above 326.27 by Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Failure to do so would open the door for massive selling into next week. Taking a look now at silver futures. Silver is right here respecting the bottom of the Kumo cloud, acting as strong resistance around the 1750 handle. Need to punch through it. Needs to close tomorrow above $17.37. Failure to do so would open the door for massive selling by the short sellers as the market will be tapping out, resisting out, and this thing could roll over pretty heavy. So let's see if we can get some oomph behind it. All right, take a look now at gold futures. Gold futures has bounced from trendline support and looks like it is ready to rock and roll, but it is having problems around 1680, which is where overhead resistance lies. Can we keep punching? We got this bullish pointer here for the market to head into. It's looking like it wants to break out above 1700. So this one is definitely in play to the top side. All it needs to do is close tomorrow above $1,638.30, and we're in the game for the bull side. Failure to do so, though, will bring in the shorts, and they will call this a double top and seek to beat it back down to trend line support around the 1570 handle. All right, so that's all we got. tomorrow, we'll see how the markets close. Tomorrow's close will probably be the most important close of the year, because I'm telling you right now, if the markets don't close above their intraday price inflection points, massive selling is on the way. And I'm talking about more selling than you have seen so far. The second leg is always devastating when it comes. It doesn't have to come, but if it does, it will be devastating. All right. All right. Got a question here. Let's see. Hey, Dex, just wondering on the Bitcoin weekly chart on the Kraken exchange, there's a bearish pointer pointing to 4,400. Is that ever going to play out? And it said it's from April 2019. It's, very interesting that you should point that out. I was the first and only one sounding that 4,000 alarm way back when. Everybody thought I was crazy until it went there. Yeah, that is definitely something that I have talked about before. Like I said, the market will want to deal with all of its gaps and pointers before it really takes off. And that would really be the most bullish scenario for the market. But because you got all these things going on and the markets are broken right now because of the news-driven cycle, we may get back down there one day. I don't know. We may not. It just depends. There's so much uncertainty going on right now, and it's just no way to know. It's just no way to know. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm being asked about INO and Zynga. All right, I can take these two, and then I'm going to call it a night because I'm exhausted. I know you can hear it in my voice. Let's see here. INO. Pharmaceutical company. That makes sense. Let's see. All right, so we got INO, and then what's the other one here? Zynga. All right. ZNGA. All right, let's take a look-see. Well, thank you very much. That is a beautiful comment. Thanks. Thanks, Dex. You the man. I tune in every day. Got a free account. Thinking about getting that six-pack soon. Thanks for your work. We need more people like you. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. I'm just here trying to help as many people as possible while I can. All right, so here's Zynga. Zynga does look dope. So I've heard the Zynga thing before. So basically, you're saying these two things are benefiting off the coronavirus. These are what, pharmaceutical companies or something? Oh, my bad. I had stopped sharing. Okay, here you go. You should be able to see it now. Okay. Yeah, these charts look dope. Look super dope. Really. Very nice looking chart, man. I gotta say. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I don't even know if I have this one. I'm gonna have to add it to the watch list because this is not on my watch list. But this is dope, man. So Zynga, huh? Well, I guess as long as this coronavirus thing plays out, it looks like the Zynga is definitely in play, man. Straight up. Looks like you found something that is gonna be going as long as this coronavirus thing keeps going. Let's see. And then you said INO, and then you had another one there. You said, let's see, APT. Okay, I just look. So that's the Zynga chart, and there's what, APT. All right, let me see. Give me a second. All right, you got to help me out. There's a lot of APTs. Is it Alpha Protect, Advanced Proteum Therapeutics? Which one? What is it? What is this APT? Oh, Zynga does game apps. Okay, yeah, that explains it. People stay at home playing games. All right. What's this APT though? Which one is it so I can pull it up, pull up the right one? Alpha Protect. Okay, Alpha Protect. Gotcha. All right. Okay, so here's the Alpha Protect while it's loading. All right. Okay, so this one was like basically wood. It wasn't doing jack for a minute. Then all of a sudden, boom! It just explodes. Okay. What's the story behind this one? Oh, you said gloves. Okay. All right. The medical stuff, like the what's the word I'm looking for? Um, latex type gloves and stuff, right? Um, I don't know, man. Cause look, all right. So you just exploded up, right? Then you come up here. Then you come all the way back down, fill the gap, but you really haven't lifted off since then. I don't know. So, cause look what you did. You got the back-to-back rally crash, means trading range, narrow range, day to follow. That's what we got today. We got that narrow range inside day to follow because we got the back-to-back signal there. And then you got a primary crash alert here. So yeah, this is interesting. I don't know about this one. I mean, let's see. You got the primary rally alert now. So maybe it's ready to push out and break out beyond the established trading range right here, the narrow range, and you got the beginning of a possible bearish weekly trend momentum. So, not so sure about this one. Not so sure. I don't know. There's a question mark on this one. Big giant question mark on the APT. All right, but the Zynga does look pretty dope. We'll see. This is a pointer right here that it made today. So regardless of what happens tomorrow, this pointer at some point will be the lighthouse, and it's pointing north of 750. So I do believe that this one could probably go double digits in the near future. This is definitely one to watch. I do like the Zynga. I can't front. I like the Zynga. All right, what else we got? The INO pharmaceutical. Let's take a look. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, this is strong. All right. So does this INO really have a story? Do they have a exclusive contract to to manufacture the cure? Are they the only one that's going to have a cure or something for this virus thing? I mean, this is this thing doesn't explode for nothing. And it's not every pharmaceutical that's doing this. You don't have your Mercks and Pfizers and stuff blowing up like this. So is there a story behind the INO? INO is one of the coronavirus vaccine front runners, announced target for testing in April or so, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So Zynga and INO is something to look at. They're going to rush the vaccine into the market, they claim. Yeah, it is speculative, but the stock is moving. So I'm looking at that one. Okay, another comment. I remember that 4,000 Bitcoin call. Most people thought you were out of touch with the crypto market. Then boom, it happened. That was during yep. That's funny, man. You're right. Yeah, that's what's up. All right, so basically, man, all right, look, I've been keeping a list of what y'all been bringing me. And as you can see here, I bring it up and the system is letting you know what's going on. This thing had a nice long period of basing out. And then on the last rally alert, it breaks right on out. You got a secondary rally alert, which is pretty strong after initial signal. And boom, the thing took off to the moon. So All right, so here's our record for the week as far as what the audience has given me. I'm gonna make a note here on the things that you showed me. So you guys have told me about Colgate, and you put me on the Clorox, and you put me on to American Airlines. But American Airlines was jacked up today. I was thinking that it was going to try to rally, but that didn't happen. Instead, it fell victim to the stock market. It fell victim just like everybody else did. Let me put this back on. All right, so it didn't do right. It didn't do right at all. It's going to be down for the week, and you got a primary crash alert tomorrow saying that this thing is about to fall even more. American Airlines is just not ready yet. It's one to watch though, but it's not ready. It's just not ready to do much yet. Okay. Then, excuse me. Then you guys put me on to the Clorox and the Colgate. Okay, and let me show you that one because I didn't have that pulled up yet. So let's pull that up. All right, so we're gonna go with both of those. Give me just a second. I think these are important because it's really showing what's going on behind the scenes in some of these. All right, let me see here. All right, so on the Clorox, you can see we have been steadily going up. All right. Now it's pricey. It's $175 stock, but at this rate, it could go to $250, especially if you start getting separation in the bars. Right now, the bars are still inside each other and just propping up a little bit. But the longer this goes on, we'll have to really watch and see what happens. It ain't perfect yet. It's interesting, but it ain't perfect yet. But it's just definitely something to be mindful of. All right, here is Colgate Palmolive. It couldn't continue. We got a primary crash alert. This one is definitely looking like it's about to come down to the Kumo cloud and threatening to even crash below it. So I don't even know why this one really went up the way it did. I know the hand sanitizer thing, but it's not as strong as the Clorox joint. So, you know, not really feeling that one at all. Let's see what we got here. Hey, what's up, my brother? This is one of my little brothers in the house, y'all. My man Dan. What's up, Dan? No, you the man, Dan. You are the man. Good to see you and hear from you, my brother. Love you and your family, man. Let's see here. What else we got here? God bless Dex, everybody. Thanks. Catch them Z's, buddy. Yeah, man. You know I'm going to. I've been burning the candle at both ends, man. Doing what I do. Personal thoughts, though. Out of everything that you guys have looked at and told me about, I ain't gonna front. That Zynga and that INO is just from a market perspective. Those look the most bullish, along with the bonds, the TLT ticker. Ticker's TLT for the bonds. Other than that, man, it's like there's really no other place you can go. I mean, gold is trying to get there, but just from a pure equity standpoint, I think the Zynga, the INO, and the Tilt is looking good, the TLT. And if I'm going to go gold, I'm going to see GLD just from an equity perspective. I know some of you don't deal with the futures, but from an equity perspective, those four would definitely be it. Those are ones. Those are things to watch. Definitely. We'll see how things close tomorrow, though. I can't stress it enough, you guys. Closes tomorrow on Friday. This Friday will probably be the most important market closes of the year. Period. Hands down. All right. Now, you guys can do what you do. I'm not mad at you, but I'm not holding nothing, Nathan, long over the weekend. As far as we know, a nuclear bomb could drop somewhere, God forbid. I don't know. A war could jump off. I don't know. But I don't trust things as they are, especially with the coronavirus, just bombarding the news right now. I do believe it's being pumped up to be worse than it really is. The mortality rate, like I said, is less than 2%. Last time I checked, a pandemic that does not make. Because in that case, we got things that exist right now that are way worse than that. In my opinion, COPD is worse than that. All right. Every person I've ever known that had COPD died within 2 years. All right. Cancer, to me, has a higher mortality rate than this. Autism, even though you don't die from it, but it has a higher victim rate than this. You see what I'm saying? There's so much going on. HIV is still a thing. You know, heart disease. You know, uh, I don't hear them saying that's a pandemic. So I don't know, you guys. It just don't feel right. You know, it's not. It's not. How about this? Okay, here's a good question. Question is, no shorts over the weekend or gold? Okay, well, all right. That's a two-legged question. As far as shorts, holding shorts over the weekend, I think the risk is to the downside of the market, not the top side. So if you hold shorts into the weekend, I can't be mad at you because the risk is to the downside. The only way I think holding shorts would burn you if come Sunday night, Monday, there's like a 3,000 point Dow rally, is there would have to be a straight up cure announced, breaking news Monday morning, we have a cure and we've cured our first 100 people, or there would have to be something like all of a sudden there's no more cases of the coronavirus anywhere on the planet. It's been like that for 3 or 4 days now, no new cases. It had to be something like, something just absolutely that no one can even look into a crystal ball and find out. Chances of that happening are like zero. Okay? But where's your risk to holding something long over the weekend? It's enormous, because they could announce on Monday or even Sunday or even on Saturday, they could say, by the way, 10,000 people just we got in the state of fill in the blank, and of the 10,000, only 1,000 are alive. If you're long the stock market, you're dead now. You're bankrupt. Because the Dow is going to drop like 8,000 points. They're going to close the market and you're done. See what I'm saying? So the risk is on longs right now, not shorts. So if you buy some inverse ETFs tomorrow, let's say the market rallies tomorrow, nice strong 1,000 point rally, you could get some inverse ETFs on the cheap. And you can say, I want to go home with these in my back pocket. I can't be mad at you for that. That's a strategy that I actually routinely employ myself. If it looks like things are getting bad or could get bad, I say I like to go home with some shorts in my pocket. I buy some puts, or get longs a couple of inverse ETFs, not too heavy, just a little, just something in my back pocket so I can feel like I caught something if something jumps off. So if I say, you know what, I think the Dow is in trouble, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna as soon as the bell opens, I'm buying 100 shares of DXD. Let's just use that as an example. And then come Monday, the Dow opens up down 2,000 points. I didn't get rich, but I made a nice profit. See what I'm saying? So I can't get mad at you for shorting the market, and from that perspective, if you're going to short the market, I would strongly advise you to do it with the inverse ETFs. You can't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? You can't get hurt. Your loss is limited. Your loss is limited to what you paid for the shares minus, commissions. But if you sell something short, you have unlimited liability to the upside, because a stock can go to infinity. So it's a little bit more risk to sell short a stock. But if you get long an inverse ETF, then you're good. If you want to buy some gold into the weekend, you want to get long GLD or get long gold futures or get long silver futures or SLV, I can't be mad at you for that, because that makes sense. Buying some precious metals makes sense. Buying gold and silver makes sense regardless of the economy. It doesn't matter. Always be stacking is the mantra. If we're talking about physicals, always be stacking. If we're talking about the paper market, then you got to always be trading. You always got to be long or short when it comes to the paper market. So yeah, I can't be mad at you from going home with some gold tomorrow. I can't be mad at you from putting on some shorts. If you get long some inverse ETFs, don't get crazy, because you're just saying, just in case something happens, I would like to be in play when Monday rolls around, when that opening bell hits. So I dig you on that. That's not a bad idea. I mean, depending on how things look, we'll see what happens in the morning. We'll see what the markets are looking like, what the overnight market does. As long as everything being equal, it's not too crazy. I may even break my own rule. I may buy some inverse ETFs tomorrow. I might do that just to see. Worst case scenario, nothing happens over the weekend. Monday comes, the market's quiet. Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and either hold the positions, or I can unwind them and get the heck out. No big deal. See what I'm saying? So that's a good one. I like that. If I put on long shorts, those are called pants. That's funny. I like that. Yeah, so it just depends, man. Like I said, I can't be mad at you. Just I wouldn't do anything crazy, because it's too much uncertainty. And it just seems like when we're in a state like this, things love to jump off on a Saturday or a Sunday. I'm serious. Things always jump off on a Saturday, or they like to do it right when the market closes at that 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time New York bell. As soon as that bell rings, boom, breaking news. Here's the president on the White House lawn. Yes, we just gone to war now with China, or we just bombed Iran. Just figure you guys would like to know. Have a nice weekend. Bye. It could be something. You just don't know. Because of the times we're living in, it's just not a good idea to be long going into a weekend. And I just can't stress that enough. If it wasn't coronavirus time, then I would be like, do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Your risk is minimum. But right now, we're on high alert. As far as I'm concerned, we're in DEFCON 1 for the markets. So you got to be smart and don't try to be greedy or swing for the fences. Just be smart, be disciplined, be systematic. That's what I do. I stick to the system regardless. I don't care what I think in my so-called gut. That's what I built the system for. The system is my gut. It tells me what I need to know. If I want to make a play in something, I just follow the price triggers. They tell me what price to look for while the market's open the next day. I look for that. If it comes, then I'm in the market. If it doesn't, I'm on the sidelines. It's just that simple. All right, so I'm wore out. I'm gonna go chill. Love you guys. Be encouraged. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button for me. Go to PulseWaveTrading.com. Get yourself a 6-pack. You're thirsty. Get one for a buddy as well. You can get started trading with us for as low as $69, man. You don't get no cheaper than that. Take advantage of it while it's here and ride the pulse waves. I have to tell you, and I ain't bragging, you can sign up and see for yourself if you haven't already done so. The system's been killing it this week. Firing on all cylinders. Crypto market, forex market, futures market, equities market. We just been going bam, 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 bam. firing on all cylinders. So don't take my word for it. Come see for yourself, and then you tell me how nice the PulseWave price triggers are. And with that being said, be encouraged. Remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace. See y'all in the AM for pre-market post scan.